Welcome friends to my kitchen. Benvinți a mia cozinha. What am I doing today? As we approach, I haven't made this in a while, but my husband said he liked it and I wanted to make it. I'm going to make a fruit cake. I haven't made a fruit cake in years because nobody liked it in my family and I didn't want to be making and leaving in there for nobody. So anyway, so I've had this recipe. I don't know where I got this recipe. This is a recipe I had it for a long time. I don't know if it was my mother-in-law or if it was my mom. I don't remember my mom making a fruit cake, not like this. Most likely it was my mother-in-law, but then I've looked her recipe. But again, I'm always tweaking things, so it could have been her recipe and I tweaked it and that was it. So yesterday, I went and bought fruit. Dry fruit. I have prunes, apricots. I will leave the recipe in the description. I doubled this recipe because I want to give some this away. So if I'm gonna make a big batch. So I have apricots, prunes, cherries, 2 kinds of raisins, figs, dates. What else I have in here? Whatever fruit, dry fruit you like. That's what I do. And then I soaked it, this is a big batch, in 2 cups of dark rum, half a cup of port wine, and half a cup of lemon liqueur. It can be lemon, it can be tangerine, it can be orange, whatever you have. I've even used where I soak my aguardiente with lemons that I put in my sweetbread. I've even used that before. So any kind of citrus liqueur you can use. So I did all this last night or yesterday, and this has been soaking. I poured all that liquor into here, and this fruit has been soaking all that liquor. And I just keep mixing until, and pretty much there's no liquor anymore. It soaked up everything. This is minced fruits that you buy in the store. We used to buy this every store. I remember my mother-in-law used to make it when I came. You would find at Christmas time this everywhere. Not anymore. Went to so many stores, couldn't find it. Luckily, I bought it last year or maybe a couple of years, and I found this in the freezer. So that's what I'm going to use, the ones that were in the freezer. I have 8 eggs. I have here in grams. I have to convert it into cups. It's about 7 cups of brown sugar. I have 250 grams of walnuts, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 cups of molasses, 2 oranges. I'm going to put some vanilla, and then I have 7 cups or 1,000 grams of all-purpose flour. It's a lot of ingredients. That's why I think I don't make it often, these fruit cake. One thing my kids didn't care for, and all these ingredients. So I'm going to leave this aside and just continue stirring that. And I'm going to beat the eggs. Oh, and I have 500 grams of butter that I'm softening in the microwave. I kind of just let it soften the butter in a microwave. So I'm going to start beating the eggs with the sugar. And this is brown sugar. Like I said, we weren't brought up. My mom did some kind of fruit cake, but it was nothing like this. But my mother-in-law used to do this every year. And we would eat, but it's not something that I was brought up eating. And I made it one time and my husband liked it. He says, I really like fruit cake. So I told him this year I was going to make it, and since I haven't made a video with fruit cake, I thought I'm going to make a video with fruit cake. Este bolo é bolo que a gente faz durante o Natal. É o bolo de Natal, que tem muitas frutas, passas e é bolo que tem, é muito pesado. Tem aqui nozes e temos aqui melaços e vai levar laranjas. So, isto é bolo que a minha mãe não era costume a minha mãe fazer, não desta maneira. A minha sogra é que fazia este bolo desta maneira. So, anyway, so it goes 8 eggs, and then I'm going to put all my butter, and I'm going to cream this. I mean my sugar. I got so many ingredients in here, I have to remember which ones go first. And so this will be a lot of sugar because you have the molasses, you have the brown sugar, you have all those fruits. So that's why this cake can last for months. This is a cake that can last for months in your fridge. At room temperature. But because we warm up our homes, I keep mine in the fridge. And you want to make this ahead of time because the longer it sits, the more those flavors develop. Some of them even soak in rum. No, I just do it like this, soak the fruit, and that's it. So I'm going to speed this up. Okay, my sugar and the eggs are creamed, and you want it really creamy. And I'm going to pour all the butter. My butter I forgot to take it out of the refrigerator last night, so that's why I had to put it in a microwave. But if your butter is soft at room temperature, you don't need it. So now I'm going to mix all this and cream all this together. I have here the zests of the 2 oranges. I'm going to put it in here. These were big oranges. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of vanilla. 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to scrape the bowl. Make sure all this gets combined. I really need a bigger mixer. This mixer is too small for things like this. And then I'm going to pour all my molasses. Okay? This is 2 cups. The original recipe, it's 1 cup of molasses. Okay? I'm going to start slow until it incorporates all that, all those molasses. Into my flour, I'm going to put my cinnamon, my salt, and baking powder. And I'm going to mix all this. And I'm going to have to mix this in a separate, larger bowl by hand, because I don't think this can fit all in there. Okay? I'm going to beat this real good. So I'm going to transfer this to a larger bowl and mix it by hand, because this bowl won't fit all this flour. Ooh, the smell of all this stuff. Those molasses. I have this big bowl, and I'm going to pour all this . And then I'm going to mix the flour a little at a time. I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. And this will bake for a very long time, depending the size of your bowls, of your cakes. Okay, I'm gonna put 1/3 of this and mix it. And we just want to fold all that flour with all this. And once it's all incorporated, we keep adding more. A gente só quer misturar a farinha nisto tudo. A gente quer misturar a farinha devagar para ficar bem envolvida nisto tudo. Okay, all my flour is incorporated. Now we're going to pour all the fruit, and I'm going to put this also in batches, so I incorporate all this. This bowl might even be small, too small. See, all that rum, all incorporated in the fruit. It plumbed up all the fruits. Eu pus copo de rum aqui com a fruta toda. Eu pus copo de rum. Actually, 2 copos, because eu estou dobrando a receita. Esta receita foi dobrada. Tem 2 copos de rum, metade de copo de vinho de Porto e metade de copo de vinho de licor de laranja ou de limão, ou seja lá o que for que tiverem. Okay, I'm going to chop my walnuts, and I need to add my walnuts. I chop my walnuts in my food processor. It's a lot easier. I just want it chopped. I don't want completely ground. Okay? Put it in. And if you don't like walnuts, you can put any other nut. I wouldn't put almonds, but okay. My walnuts are done. Now I incorporate all the walnuts. Okay, I'm gonna go get my pans greased and ready. Okay, friends, my forms, they're all buttered, floured, and I'm hoping I can fill out all these. So I'm gonna scoop the batter into the forms. And I'm not going to make these too high, because the higher you make it, the longer it takes to bake. So, depending your ovens, depending your pans, it might take an hour, it might take 2, it might take longer. I don't think I want more than that. So then I have these. Everybody's gonna get fruitcake this year. And actually the reason I made this so big is because I had all that fruit and I needed to get rid of it. So that's six scoops. And I know if I made it, I wanted to get rid of that. So 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to give enough because this will rise. So, these for them to set. Those small ones won't take probably long. All you gotta do is check with a toothpick and see if they comes out clean. Okay. So tap all of them. So I'm gonna bake them. I'm gonna give at least, these probably won't take very long. I would say maybe 40 minutes. I'll check in 40 minutes for the small ones. These probably an hour and a half. This one at least 2 to 2.5 hours. But like again, I'm gonna be checking with the skewer to make sure it's cooked. But plan at least 2.5 hours to bake this one. Okay, I'll show you when they're done. Okay friends, all my fruit cakes are baked and now they need to cool completely before I do anything else. So I'm gonna leave this here all night, and then tomorrow I'm gonna cover all this with powdered sugar. So, and the sugar not only is gonna help protect the cake, but it'll also help preserve the cake. So they're all baked. These baked about an hour and 15 minutes. These were 40 minutes. This one was an hour and 45 minutes. So it was almost 2 hours, but it was not, it didn't went to 2 hours because it's not very thick. If you make it thicker, if you make it higher, it's gonna bake for longer. So anyway, so I'm gonna leave these here completely cool, and then tomorrow I'll show you how I cover them with powdered sugar. Okay friends, it's another day, and today I am going to put sugar on my fruit cakes. I wish you could smell how good these fruit cakes. So I'm just gonna put powdered sugar all over the cake. This gonna do two things. It's gonna preserve the cake and it's gonna decorate the cake. So just put powdered sugar all over, and it'll preserve the cake. I have all these cakes already sold. Gotta make more. And you want to make this ahead of time, so the longer they sit, the more flavor they have. So anyway, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this with sugar, and then I'm going to bag these, be ready to be sold. So that way people can take it home and have them, and that's how you want it. I also have some decorations that I'm going to put on top, but I'm waiting. They're late. I ordered from Amazon and they haven't got here. They're supposed to be here. Okay, I'm done with my last cake. It's all covered with powdered sugar. And then I'll just decorate them and put them in boxes, and they're ready to go. So anyway, so you still have time if you want to make fruit cake. It's a perfect time to make it now. These are the small ones. I keep them in a container. One of them already disappeared. My husband ate it. And that's it. Just keep them in a tight container like this, and they should last you for a couple months. So anyway, so you give it a try to this recipe. I will leave the recipe in the description. It has a lot of ingredients, That's why people don't make it. And I avoid it because sometimes the ingredients that, you know, you couldn't find it, but I learned to substitute. Use whatever fruits, dried fruits you like. And that's what I do. So anyway, give it a try and have a blessed holiday. Until next time, have a good day. The shout out today goes to Cesar Oliveira 17H. Cesar Oliveira, thank you for being on my page, being here on my channel, and for commenting and being involved, engaged with my page. I appreciate very much, and I wish you a blessed holiday and a wonderful day. Thank you. Have a good day.